And speaking of keeping things going, wow, this is a hell of an introduction for you. The next comedian coming up is a very funny guy, and he'll be on Comedy Central's Adam Devine's House Party. Please welcome Crystian Ramirez.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, shit, how the fuck is You guys doing? You all right? You okay? You good? That's great. I'm doing terrible. I'm doing horrible right now. I'm skinny as shit. I'm not manly on the outside or the inside. It's a very not manly thing to say. This is the thing. This is why. Because my dad left when I was 8. I'm not mad that he left, because that's just a Latino thing to do. When your kid is old enough to remember you, you walk the fuck out. So he was just being the best Dominican he could be. That's all he was doing. But, so he left when I was very young. So I was raised by my mom and my sister, which they were cool, but it sucked for me because any girly shit they did, I copied, thinking everybody did it, and there wasn't a man to tell me, cut it out. Like, for example, I thought everybody wore towels from the chest down. Like, I thought some people did. Apparently, you don't do that. Just mad gay, son. I didn't know. So for 5 years, I was walking around with I'll be there in a minute, like over the titty, like that move and shit. And my cousin from the Army came up to visit, and he was pissed off. Like, I opened the door for him. He was like, whoa, son, what the fuck is this? What is this, man? Listen. Men wear their towels from the waist down. I can see your balls right now. What's wrong with you? Looking at a 9-year-old, 8-year-old balls. Are you proud of yourself? I think I got a gay face. I think that's nothing wrong with having a gay face. I'm pro-gay face, but it's just that I like girls, all right? I like girls, and girls don't like me. Girls don't like you when you have eyes like a Disney princess. So that's all it is. That's all really. Just have that. Well, I don't know if you guys notice it, like when the light reflects off my eyes. See? I give off what you call a bitch twinkle, and it's a very strong twinkle. Like, it looks like you see it, right? Like, oh my God, it's very, very soft. But my mom's cool. She's a great mom, you know, but she's just racist. That's all it is. That's all. She's a giant racist. She likes talking about people in public, right? And she goes from English to Spanish in her sentences to throw everybody off so nobody catch on. But she goes at the wrong part of the sentence so people still understand what she's saying about them. Which is like, what's the point? Like, you're on the bus, and these two people didn't smell too good. They sat down right next to us, and she was like, ay, Titian, huele malo, stink. I don't understand. Mira, esa es la razón porque yo no me gusta these white people. I'm like, all right, bro, okay, that was the most important. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, they do that. She gave me a hard time. I stopped chilling with her. I got back with my girl, which is great, but we came from a breakup, which wasn't so great, because I'm the one that broke up with her, and when you treat a girl bad, I don't know if you guys know, they have this friend that they tell everything to, and that friend tells hundreds of other people. That friend is called Twitter. I don't know if you heard of this guy. This is what happens. When you treat a girl bad, she becomes like a politician. She starts a smear campaign. She makes like pictures, slogans. Slogans is the most important one. They make slogans like a motherfucker. Like, as soon as we broke up, she went on Twitter. She was like, hey, ladies, don't you hate it when you take in an insecure, low self-esteem dude and give him good clothes and food because he's frail, and all of a sudden he doesn't need you anymore, hashtag Crystian Ramirez. I'm like, all right, okay. All right, playing the game dirty. Some dirty playing. But she's cool. She's great. I love her. I met her in where I live now, which is the worst place in the world. It's called Staten Island. Don't go there. So it should be renamed Ugh, because that's how it makes you feel on the inside. Like, It's terrible. I had to take a boat to get here. Do you understand the pain with taking a boat? When you take a boat every day, you end up talking like a pirate, whether you want to or not. Say some pirate shit, and all your friends stop hanging out with you. You'd be like, hey, Crystian, I just saw the trailer for Amazing Spider-Man 2. It looks crazy. Times Square, I got the tickets. Are you down? I'm like, I would love to if the seas allow. He's like, this motherfucker just saying, what? I don't know if you guys heard recently, a guy was dressing up as a clown and terrorizing everybody at nighttime. That's the goofy shit I'm dealing with in this stupid-ass borough. Like, it's made me say things I'm not proud of. Like, my friend, I'll be like, hey, guys, I gotta go, I'm sorry. He's like, Crystian, why are you leaving so late? We just started chilling. I'm like, listen, man, I take a boat home, all right? And if I don't get home in time, the clown is gonna catch me. Like, I've said that to friends. It's pretty bad. But, you know, I'm happy I don't live where I used to live. This is the thing, I'm trying to be a better racist, a smarter racist this year. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm not just hating people for who they are, I'm hating them for where they live. That's the thing I'm doing. I think that's make the world a better place. Like you just generalize areas. Like, if a guy came up to me, he was like, hey, Crystian, I don't trust you goddamn Spanish people. I'd be like, fuck you, you're ignorant. But if he was like, hey, Crystian, I don't trust you goddamn Spanish people between 168th and 173rd Street, I'll be like, now you're thinking with your head. I don't trust those spics either. Like, they're very, very scary. Why would you go there? That's a dumb move. That's not me shitting on my people either, just knowing where the fuck they act up and not going. That's all that means. You go there, I come from a bad neighborhood. Even people in bad neighborhoods know not to go to other bad neighborhoods. It's just common sense. You go to any drug dealer in Brooklyn, he could be stabbing somebody, shooting at people, shooting at the cops. You go like, hey man, you wanna go to Queensbridge? He'd be like, nah, fuck that, those dudes are shady. Like, I stab my people here where it's safe. And it's not just, everybody, not just black and Latin people have their shady groups and shady areas. White people have the same shit. Like, I think you guys call it Congress. I think that's what it's called, this shit. Same. Yeah. Just different names. That's very wrong. That's very wrong what you say. I don't know. Shit's work. I live in Staten Island. I used to live in Brooklyn. That's the thing with me, man. I'm Latino. I'm Dominican. Is there any Dominicans here in the house? No? Yeah, that's why the one, there's only one. That was the loneliest, yeah, like, yeah. Yo, this thing, I don't know if you guys know, for like the past 40 years, we've been going through like a Cold War with Puerto Ricans. Like, you been through this, man? It's terrible. Yeah, you guys all right. But yeah, this thing, Puerto Ricans hate me, and I don't hate Puerto Ricans. Like, they hate me. Like, every time I meet a Puerto Rican, I'll be like, hey, what are you, man? He's like, yo, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. I'm Dominican. He's like, you ain't shit. Like, he gets in my face, he starts screaming at me. He starts talking about socks and sandals. I don't get that shit either. And that's the thing. I can't do that. I can't put my anger and my energy into a beef that probably started over a baseball game. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Stupid. There's no real reason why we hate each other. It's not like China and Japan or England and Ireland who actually have like a history. There's no reason. I never went up to my dad. I was like, hey dad, why do Puerto Ricans hate me so much? He's like, well son, it started with the great Bodega War of 1975. I was stacking the yuca and the plantains, and these Puerto Ricans came from over the hill, shot everybody, took all the cats. Like, we went through a Goya famine. I wear this pencil-thin mustache in honor of everybody that died. I'm glad I don't live in a hipster area now. That's all. I'm happy about that. I don't hate hipsters. I hate hipsters. This is the thing. When you go to like a hipster area, like they dress goofy. They're just like wizards. Like that's cool. He's like, hey, you try to find a bar? Like, hey man, I'm trying to find this bar called The Woods. And he's like, oh, The Woods. Like, he talks like that. It's very, very white, very magical. But what I like about it is that things that look like something, what I don't like is things that look like something really isn't in a hipster area, and that's annoying. Like, you see a barbershop, you go in there, it's like, let me get my hair cut. You go in there, it's really a place that sells scones, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you go up to the guy, you're like, hey man, if there's a place that sells scones, why the fuck does it look like a barbershop? And he's like, it's a riddle, and he runs away, and that's the goofy shit. Anyways, my time, guys, you were great. My name is Crystian. Enjoy the rest of the show.